Hello, Thomas Nelson Community College graduating class of 2020. Woo, woo, woo! Congratulations on reaching this huge milestone. My name is Fawn Miller, and to begin, I would like to express what a sincere and tremendous honor it is to be celebrating this incredibly special occasion with each and every single one of you today. I acknowledge that watching me share this commencement speech on a screen instead of on a stage probably isn't the graduation experience that you've been hoping for or the one that you've worked so hard to earn. And I want to acknowledge as well how strange and challenging all of this must be for you. Because today isn't just about you reaching this amazing milestone, it's also about you preparing to make the leap into your next chapter during a total global calamity. In a way, graduating from college at this moment in time is kind of like being a sailboat emerging into uncharted waters in the midst or aftermath of a hurricane. And before you continue your journey, it's important to reevaluate, why am I here? Where am I headed and why? And how do I take the leap to get there? So if this sounds overwhelming, don't worry, I've got you. And I've been invited here today to share how I made my leap into the unknown and how I've created the life of my dreams ever since. So even though I'm 2,584 miles away in a tiny village off the coast of Mexico, thanks to the marvels of modern technology, I still get to be right here with you today to share some really important information. So instead of giving you a bunch of advice, I'm actually going to give you a tool that you can use for the rest of your life to help you gain the clarity and the courage to chart your course through any conditions, regardless of what's happening in the world. But first, I think it's important that I share a little bit more about who I am with you. So I'm a professional life, career, and purpose coach, and I'm obsessed with helping people go from personally or professionally stuck, unfulfilled, and confused to being genuinely connected with who they truly are and clear about how to create the life and professional path that they love, aligned with their vision, values, and purpose and calling. I'm also an entrepreneur, community leader, and creator of a signature program that has helped hundreds of people discover and design what I refer to as their hell yes life. On a personal note, I am non-negotiably committed to living life full out on my terms while making a positive impact in the world. Which means that for me, life is one big adventure, and on any given day, I will be learning, growing, and powerfully serving my clients to discover their purpose while I get to live mine, which means that sometimes my client calls are on the top of a glacier, or at the base of a volcano, or on a yacht in the Sea of Cortez. All true stories. So I realize that that might sound ridiculous, and if it does, I get it. I get it because 10 years ago, if somebody would have told me that 10 years later, I would be genuinely thriving and happy while helping others to find their purpose, while running a successful business, let alone living on a beach in Mexico, I would have been like, you got the wrong Fawn. Like, I know Fawn's a rare name, but you've got the wrong girl. Because here's the thing, you guys, before I made my big leap and I used the tool that I'll be teaching you in a moment, I was so lost. Like, as in trying to figure my life out in my mid to late 20s, kind of lost, like stuck for years, kind of lost, which made no sense and was so frustrating because I had gone to an amazing community college, just like all of you, and I transferred on an academic scholarship to UC Berkeley, and I graduated with a degree in psychology with honors. And you'd think that that would be a great foundation for success, right? Well, unfortunately, as is often the case, I felt like I was pretty much on my own in terms of trying to figure out which of the pre-established paths I should take after college, but I had no idea how to apply my experience and passions in the real world in a way that allowed me to live the life that I knew deep down I was meant to live. So I read a million books. I went to workshops. I talked to teachers. I talked to friends. I tried several different career paths, and year after year, I just stayed stuck and lost. And if any of you feel that way, or if you don't know what you want to do next, or maybe you think you know what you want to do next, but you're not super sure, that's totally okay, totally understandable, and you're not alone. And I'm here for you. I'm about to share something that's really going to help. So anyway, after a handful of years of trying to figure things out on my own, I hired a life coach and career coach. And within a few weeks, things got really clear and my path emerged. And I realized that the reason that I had been so stuck and confused and honestly pretty defeated wasn't because there was something wrong with me. It was because I didn't have the tools and I didn't know how to discover or even uncover my truth and what I truly wanted and how to create a life based on that truth. And when my compass and my North Star became clear, I found the courage to make the leap into my own hero's journey. And I've never looked back. Has it been challenging? Oh yeah. Has it been the most rewarding thing ever? Absolutely. Has it ever failed me? Not once. So what does it mean to make a leap? As I was preparing for this speech, I found 3 definitions of leap that really resonate with me and really go along with what I'm sharing here. The first is to take action that involves risk. The second is to seize an opportunity. And the third is to make a huge advance forward. In the several years since my big leap and today, I realized that there's actually only one leap that we ever truly need to make, and we can make it every single day. And here it is. The only leap that you will ever need to make, ever, is the leap into being true and honest with yourself. Period. I'll say that again. The only leap that you ever need to make is the leap into being true and honest with yourself. And here's how you do it. First, you get to make a commitment to yourself, the life you want to live, and who you want to be and become. And then you get to use the secret tool. So the secret tool to figuring that out is your core values. Your core values are the qualities of life that matter the most to you. They're your internal compass, always pointing you to your North Star. When you know your core values and you choose to live in alignment with them, you will feel authentically confident and you'll have the clarity to know which path to choose or which way to go at any given point, regardless of the circumstances or the environment around you. And those choices become the golden stepping stones along your personal hero's journey. When I realized that in order to truly feel alive and fulfilled, I had to be the hero of my own journey, and that the only way that I was going to find and use my internal compass was to be clear about my core values, I was like, oh, well, my core values are freedom, joy, creativity, leadership, service, and adventure, among many others. Hence me being a world traveler now, as well as an entrepreneur and a leader and a coach, and living in a small village in Mexico. So had I not realized this or gotten clear about my core values, I would still be lost, you guys. I can guarantee you I would still be lost. Because if you don't choose your core values, the world will choose them for you, and it will choose your path for you. And a part of you will always feel perpetually lost because you're off course from your North Star. So I'm going to level with you. Being true and honest with ourselves is not easy. It's especially not easy when we're surrounded with messages and pressure and media and culture that is constantly trying to convince us of who we should be, who we are, what we should buy, which career we should choose, and what does or does not constitute as being success or worthy. In fact, oftentimes we don't even realize how lost we can get because of all of the noise around us. That's what happened to me. So, graduate, As you navigate this uncharted territory ahead of you, your hero's journey is about you choosing courage and your core values over comfort, convenience, and conformity. I'll say that again. Your hero's journey is about you choosing your core values and your courage over comfort, convenience, and conformity. Heroes aren't born. They're shaped by uncommon circumstances and challenges, beckoning them into a courageous adventure to find their truth. And I believe that each and every single one of you has an inner hero that is emerging at this very moment. I believe that your inner hero is yearning to live this one precious life in thrive mode, in alignment with your compass and your North Star, your core values, and your courage. In order to do this, you have to let go of who you think you're supposed to be, who you think you should be, who anybody else thinks you're supposed to be, so that you can discover what's true for you and who you are capable of becoming when you're empowered by that truth. Graduates, imagine what's possible. Imagine what's possible in this new chapter of your life and this new chapter in human history, uncharted territory, if every day, each and every single one of you make the leap to be true and honest with yourselves and your core values. Imagine what's possible when you choose courage over comfort, convenience, and conformity, and invite the hero of your journey to emerge and lead the way, guided by your compass. Your adventure awaits, and it's time to make the leap. You got this.